All right. Hey, everybody, it's Sherman Ray. And today, you know what, guys? This is something very interesting. Have the Democrats created a monster with this Democrat Socialist of America movement? I don't know if you guys saw this story, but this guy named Dan Goldman, and Dan Goldman's a congressman out of New York City, and he went to this place called Poetica Coffee. And Poetica Coffee, I guess, must be owned by maybe Middle Easterners, maybe not. But he said he went up to the counter, got this coffee, everything's great. And then all of a sudden they turned on him like rabid dogs. And they said, hey, we don't want your money. You can have it. Here's your refund back because you're a pig. And here, I don't know if you can read this, guys. And it basically says that we don't want your money. And it's probably paid with, the coffee is paid with by APAC money. And so Dan Goldman gets turned away because they think that he is a Israel, a non-Palestinian lover guy. And here's the problem with the whole thing with this Democrat Socialists of America is Democrat Socialists of America have created this thing around their cause where they are going after Democrat offices. They're not coming after Republican offices. They're going after Democrat offices. And what do I mean by Democrat offices? Well, Dan Goldman, who's running for re-election, he's been in there for 3 years. They're going after his job because they're saying, guess what, Dan, you don't need to be here either. So Dan comes on TV, comes on CNN, and I was watching it just a couple minutes ago, and I wish I could get the video up here. But Dan seems to think that because he's a Democrat, that he's gotten a pass by these Democrat Socialists of America. Here's the secret, Dan. They don't like Jews either. So DSA folks, they call them DSA now. They don't like Jews either. So they want to get Palestine back into, as its own entity, which means necessarily Israel's got to go. Dan Goldman, you are a Jew, which means, guess what? I don't care if you're a Democrat or not, they don't like you. So he seems to think, oh, well, I'm a Democrat and they love me and I'm for diversity and everything else. No, they don't like it. Let me give you a list of some of the people that the DSA has gotten into office. And let me tell you how dangerous this is going to become as a result of these Democrats allowing DSA to even begin to grow. Oh, let me back up real quick. About 6 months ago, somebody was asked about these DSA folks, and a couple of the Democrat consultants said something like this. They basically said, well, we have a big tent. We're inclusive. We've got a big tent, and we want everybody. And now they're going, oh, shoot, these guys are coming after us. They're not going after the Republicans. They're not going after Donald Trump. They're not going after anybody else. They're going after us. And guess what? They are going to pick you off one by one by one, and they're going to push their platform, which includes some of the most vile things you could have ever imagined. So let me go real quick here, guys. I don't have a lot of time. I know I'm talking really quick here, but many of you forgot that Zohran Mamdani, or even before him, Bernie Sanders, is basically the figurehead for the Democrat Socialists of America. I should just call them Socialists of America. Well, then they got in AOC, they got in Ilhan Omar, they got in Rashida Tlaib, and now they got in Zohran Mamdani. And many of you probably forgot, but the girl that was running she was a city council person in LA. What's her name? Nithya Raman. She's a DSA member also. Okay, also, and she's running for mayor of LA. There's a lady by the name of Janice Lewis George. She's going to probably end up becoming the mayor of DC. Claire Valdez, Daria Liza Avila Chevalier. Okay, this crazy chick, she comes up and she says something nuts. She basically says, you black men of color, you're fixating on these white colonists women. They're ugly women. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I have a white wife and my kids are half white. And Daria, by looking at you, So are you, girly. So I don't know, something happening. This drives me crazy. We go down the line, and then we get to this Brad Lander guy. So Brad Lander is going to be going after the office of Dan Goldman in New York. And I'm just saying to myself here, guys, this is something very interesting. In probably another 5 years, you're probably going to see the end of the Democrat Party. You heard it here first, folks. I don't think the Democrat Party is going to be here in another 5 years because I believe the Democrat Socialists of America are going to take over the party and they're going to run them roughshod. Could this be the chickens coming home to roost for the Democrat Party? You see, they created something that they never thought was ever going to get out of control. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, folks like that, they thought, oh, no, we got this all under control. Harry Reid, okay? Oh, we got this all under control, okay? And now this crap has hit the fan. And the Democrat Socialist Party of America is running roughshod because they're telling everybody, I can give you free this, I can give you free that, we'll get rid of the police, we'll get rid of, all this other stuff, and they can't deliver nothing. You've got a choice, America. Here, you've got a choice, America, whether you can allow the Democrat Socialist, which is one step closer to being the Communist Party of America, to take over our country, or you kick them out now. Because the Democrats they're out of control. Okay? They're out of control, and they're done. They're just toast. There's not going to be enough Democrats left. There's more independents than there are Democrats. But the Democrat Socialists are growing. They're growing, and they're going after the young guys. They're going after TikTok. They're going after Instagram. They're going after everybody else. And in 5 years, the Democrat Party is going to be gone.